Yes, I will take you briefly through what KEBS does, how it supports investors. So I can even start with the first lines that Kenya Bureau of Standards is the standards body, the only standards body, the only quality infrastructure institution in the country. It was started in 1974 through the Standards Act, Cap 496, that is currently under revision. And this revision is important to all of you, that you also give your memoranda, because it affects various activities that you undertake. When it was started, you can move to the next slide. When it started in 1974, trade was not complex as it is today. There were very few industries. The current reality, trade is very complicated. There are many variables that are interacting at a very high speed, and therefore we need a revised standard bill to take care of all those changes. So basically, these are the activities of Kenya Bureau of Standards, promoting standardization. How is this important to you? You are an innovator, you are an investor from diaspora, you want a standard for your product. Standards development can be initiated by anybody. We don't have, as KEBS, we only provide a platform for developing standard. So we have an online portal where you can submit your proposal for standards development. On the same function, we adopt international standards, like International Organization of Standardization Standards, International Electrotechnical Standards, Africa Regional Standardization Standards, East African Community Standards, just to set benchmarks for unity and to elevate industries. And we say that standards are the language for trade, for technological exchange, for confidence and trust. Without the standards, you cannot move commodity from one place to another. So we need standards. The next activity is testing and calibration to ensure precision and reliability in instruments. We test commodities, again, to guarantee quality and safety for consumers. I want to be very brief. We issue quality marks for various manufactured products. We have 3 quality marks. I will talk about them and why they are important. We prepare, frame, modify, and amend specifications. This is very important, like you are developing an industry. You need a code of practice that is globally acceptable. You can also propose what you need for that particular industry, and it can be put through the framework, through the platform that we have for standard development, and you can have that as a framework or a specification for that particular industry. And then we offer education on standards matters. We have National Quality Institute that trains on various quality systems. ISO 9001, that is quality management system. ISO 22000, that is food safety management system. Environmental management system, information security management system, and many others. Let's move to the next slide. I only have 6 slides. This is KEBS. Currently, we have slightly over 12,000 standards. We have a live catalog in our website. You can interact with them. If you have seen a product, maybe overseas, that you want to bring in Kenya, you can check whether that product is covered in the standard. If it's not covered, then you can propose we develop that standard. We have over 23,159 certified products in this country. Actually, looking at even those products that have expired marks, we are slightly below 40,000 products in this country. But look at the volumes that we import. We are importing too many products. So it means there is a lot of product that we can produce locally. Then our staff strength, slightly over 1,000. We have 51 laboratories, actually the largest laboratory network in East and Central Africa, following closely South Africa. Then the offices, we have 26 offices. So in all the regions, we have our presence. Let's move to the next slide. I'm going to explain about 2 functions that are of great importance. The first one is product certification, where any locally manufactured product must be certified. And what certification means is that you have market access. Product bearing the mandatory standardization mark, the S mark that you see, has access to the 8 East African community countries, over 300 million people. So our standardization mark is a notified mark recognized in the community. And we are also working with the AFCTA, meaning that still the same mark can allow your product to access other countries in Africa. Of course, I'll leave testing and go to inspection, because these are the 2 areas that I will be explaining more in the next slide. For inspection, you've found a product that you want to bring in the country because there's a demand here. That product can be either inspected overseas by our contracted companies. We call them pre-export verification of conformity contractors. And the one that we have in the whole of US, Europe, Canada, Latin America, that is SGS. In China, we have 3 companies, that's CCIC. We have 2 of Austria. We have another one called CHIC and WCT. You can have those products inspected there. You get certificate of conformity, and then the product can be allowed in the country. And the basis of inspection for those products are Kenya standards. Taking you back now to my initial point, where there is no standard, you can propose so that there is no gap if there is an opportunity here. There is an option for local inspection. If you've not inspected your product overseas, you can have them inspected on arrival. But because we want our system, our processes to be predictable, faster, so that there are no delays when the product arrives here, we have various programs that operationalizes inspection, and I will talk about that in the next slide. Let's move to the next slide. This is now what actually I was explaining. For PIVOC, we have 3 routes, and this happens globally. 3 routes. There is route A. Route A are for high-risk products. This one will require testing, sampling, and even supervision of the container sealing. There is a PVOC manual in our website, version 13. You can download it. If you want to bring any product, you will be able to know which product can go through route A. Route B, you can have your product registered or licensed. And the validity of that license is 1 year. And of course, these are products that have demonstrated consistency in terms of compliance. So if you have that product registration or license for a year, it means you can load your product anytime. You only pay the statutory fee, you bring your product. And what follows next, they are just post-release surveillance in the market. Then we have route C, shipment inspection at the destination. This one, I will explain more about it because it is tied to the other 2 bullets there, destination inspection and the diamond mark. Let me explain about the diamond mark. It's a superior mark of quality. It is offered to both local manufacturers and overseas manufacturers who have met and exceeded the requirement of the standard. Now, let's talk about overseas manufacturers with the diamond mark. What are the benefits? You identify a very good factory producing goods that can come to this Kenya. It is assessed for diamond mark, and you are issued with a mark. The mark is valid for 4 years, and this is a green channel. So what happens is that you load the consignment at the source. It comes without paying any statutory fee. The products are allowed in the market. But the assessment is a rigorous process, and not many companies will meet that requirement. Similarly, for locally manufactured product that you want to take overseas, they can get diamond mark. So you can get more details about that. Again, that supports destination inspection because we only verify, do the document verification, no sampling, the products are allowed. And we have very many overseas companies that are using the diamond mark. I don't want to give examples, maybe you might be knowing. Then there is something we call product registration, again, supporting destination inspection. Like household electricals and electronics with the International Electrochemical Certification, the IEC marking. We recognize that marking and we register those products. Again, that offers an easier route for inspection for your product on arrival. So we have those products, but there's another one, the last one that is not shown in the slide, that supports small traders. Like you want to pick small merchandise and bring in the country. We call it consolidators route. We have licensed consolidators. The last time I checked, we were slightly over 50 consolidators all over the world. You buy small items, you give the consolidators. The consolidators prepares a master list of those products, and then they also get the certificate of conformity, and the certificate of conformity for these small merchandise, the requirements are, like they are flexible. And then the consolidators bring the product, they are deconsolidated on arrival. And we have 3 deconsolidation centers in the country. Eldoret International Airport, I know you know about that. We have Bomber Line, KRC at the railway station. We can also deconsolidate at ICDN or Kilindini, Mombasa. ICDN in Nairobi here and KRC is 1 station. So that's also an opportunity for you to bring your products. Let's move to the next slide as I wind up. So I explained about this, that you want to develop a product. You can start a factory. You can start an enterprise. The mandatory mark is the standardization mark. It's a must for all manufactured products. And I said it has a benefit of being a notified mark in the region. So you can apply for that. And we sign a contract with you where you pledge to maintain compliance, producing complying products throughout the validity period of the mark. There is the food fortification mark that we issue on behalf of Ministry of Health, whereby some certain products are deliberately added macronutrients and micronutrients to address deficiencies in the population, like vitamin A in edible cooking oil and maize flour. That one is also important. And the diamond mark, which is voluntary, but it's an advantage because it puts your product at a higher level compared to the standardization mark. The last slide, please. This is how we can support the investors. We build confidence in new ventures, whereby your product, once certified, accepted everywhere in the regions that I've mentioned. For entrepreneurs, we can help you in development in Kenyan brands. For importers, you can navigate inspection challenges smoothly with the right certification provided by our regime. And in all those cases, you'll get a very good access, market access. Thank you very much. I've tried to be very brief.
You've tried.
Okay, thank you.
Tumpigie makofi.